Hello, grazzi tal-li tħaltu s-seguna u nispera li tinsabu tajjeb. Illum u l-programm li jmiss ser ikunu qegħdin nitkellmu dwar l-awtiżmu u nkomplu nżidu l-arfin dwar dan. Ibqgħu magħna ħalli tisimgħu x'għandhom x'jaqsmu magħna l-mistednin tagħna tal-lum. Fisem l-Aġenzija Żgħażagħ nilqakom għal programm ieħor ta' Tuesdays. Għal dawk li għadhom kif inaqdu magħna, id-diskussjoni u l-intervista tal-lum se tkun biex inżidu iktar għarfien dwar l-awtiżmu. U għalhekk bi pjaċir nintroduċi lil Margaret White u lil Nigel Borg. Grazzi ħafna tal-li aċċettajtu li tiġu fuq Tuesdays. Aħna dejjem nibdew il-programm billi nitolbu lill-mistednin tagħna jgħidulna tliet affarijiet dwarhom biex tintroduċu lilkom infuskom ma' dawk li qegħdin isegwu Tuesdays illum.
Hello, mina Margaret, youth worker. Nħossni bħala min ma nħobb nikrea u biex nistrieħ ħafna drabi jew imur xi mixja jew noqgħod naqra.
Hello, I'm Nigel Borg. I currently volunteer for PRISM. I'm currently 20 years old, and I'm currently in MCAST for about like 5 years straight, or 4 if you don't count 4.2b.
Frajna fix-xahar ta' April nibdew naraw dwar blu jinxtalu ma' binjiet storiċi u anke l-medja tkompli tqajjem iktar għarfien dwar l-awtiżmu. Naturalment l-awtiżmu mhuwiex xi ħaġa li hija abbinata ma' April biss. Nigel, I would like to kindly ask you to explain briefly what autism is.
Autism, I could say in short, it can be very unpredictable since there are cases of high functioning and high functioning and severely autistic people. This is coming from someone who is a high functioning autistic person. There are those that anything can be very unpredictable, so we don't know what a person might feel or think. But aside from the issues of an autistic person, there are still some unique capabilities that a person might have, like passion like art, drawing, programming, etc.
U Margaret, forsi inti tista' anke telabora u tispjegalna aktar rigward iż-żgħażagħ li huma fuq l-spektrum tal-awtiżmu.
Kif spjega Nigel, l-awtiżmu hija kondizzjoni li bażikament qisu taffettwa l-bnedmin b'mod differenti. Kif qed naraw din l-istampa din tiġini frasi meta naħseb fil-kelma spectrum li qisu d-diversità li jkun hemm u li jkun hemm ħafna variables, jiġifieri kull persuna jkollha iċ-challenges tagħha kif ukoll l-strengths tagħha l-affarijiet pożittivi. L-awtiżmu qisu nistħajlu fejn il-moħħ ikun wired b'mod differenti. Allura forsi pereżempju kif aħna how we perceive is-senses, is-sensory input tagħna, kif naraw, forsi kif inħossu, jista' jkun persuna bl-awtiżmu tara b'mod differenti jew tħoss b'mod differenti. Qisu hemm ħafna aspetti li l-awtiżmu speċjalment fiż-żgħażagħ tiġi aktar highlighted, speċjalment qisu fejn persuna forsi tikkomunika. Jista' jkun l-awtiżmu tbiddel il-mod kif il-persuna tista' tikkomunika. U dan jista' jippreżenta kemm challenges kif ukoll forsi xi kultant strengths ukoll għax forsi jien pereżempju meta jkolli conversation ma' xi ħadd li għandu l-awtiżmu kważi naffaxxina ruħi bl-idejat u bil-mod ta' kif il-persuna tħares lejn il-ħajja wara kollox.
Tajjeb, so I will ask you now, Nigel, as you mentioned previously, you are currently a student at MCAST and have your placement with PRISMs. Maybe you can tell us more about this.
From my experience, I've been in 5 years in MCAST, and from my experience, there are times that were bad times, and there was some decent times even before COVID came around. When COVID came around, let's say back in 2020, I didn't have a problem with it. I knew that for the sake of our health, we had to do it online. When I was in campus, I was perfectly all right. There were times that I had good memories with this place, and also I was developing more with the idea, since I started from level 1 all the way to level 4 now. With the community work and with my work in Prisms, I'm tasked with creating ideas, either provided on either digitally or physically. And there are certain ideas that would be limited, but there are certain ideas that would be scrapped in the final product that would be reused for something else later on in previous years or month or longer.
Bħalissa Prism set joħseb proġett Autism Friendly Spaces u kif Nigel applika għal-mana u Nigel għandu l-forte tiegħu fi graphic design. Studentu fatti biex jiġi Prisms ma nkunu nistgħu nitkellmu ta' kif aħna nistgħu nkunu ta' support fil-placement tiegħu. Ġab ħafna dejat tajbin on board, infatti kemm darba Nigel ngħidu wow ħaspeċi qatt ma ħsibta b'dak il-mod. U qed ikun ta' support kbir, speċjalment fil-campaign li qed nagħmlu bħalissa li Nigel involut fiha, u fl-istess ħin għandna on board aktar mbagħad professional graphic designers sabiex inkunu nistgħu nitgħallmu minn xulxin bażikament.
Tajjeb, process issa wkoll nixtieq li aħna nkomplu nindirizzaw kif is-soċjetà m'għandha tħallil il-ħadd barra. So Nigel, when you were 18 years of age, you represented Malta, where you addressed the Congress of United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, about removing barriers to education for young people on the autism spectrum. Would you kindly share this, your point of view during this experience?
This experience personally was fantastic when I gave the news, like the concept of spreading something worldwide. This took place like 2 years ago. I was along with numerous other individuals throughout Switzerland. And when it comes to spreading this message, a speech for all over the world and for educational barriers, according what I said, if there is a recording, I would say we have to do this change now.
So we can have a look at the speech that Nigel made. We'll listen to a short few minutes from it.
Hello everyone, my name is Nigel Borg. I am currently 18 years of age and I live in a small island called Malta. As the circumstances of time have given to me the opportunity to participate into giving me my point of view regarding to remove barriers in the educational system, which I happily agreed. Despite what we learn in school through the past generations, sadly not a single system truly unlocks the true potential of an autistic person. We are sometimes discriminated due to our awkward rather than surreal behavior, but if you get to know us and our motives, we too have different feelings, abilities and dreams, just like everyone else. For those who are new to autism, it is advised to have patience in order to learn what autism is. Autism is a vast spectrum, therefore it is hard to have a study to fit for all. However, with the assistance of developing standards, we can overcome most of the obstacles that society throws upon us, such as when I was young, I always hated wearing the uniforms from the school, but because I grew up in the 2000s, it was forced upon me against my will. The solution would be that to ask students why they feel uncomfortable and provide a solution. Uniforms in this country were mandatory were considered mandatory. Every single teacher adopted different rules, and this takes a long time to process in the psychological system of children, especially autistic. Sometimes there were days when teachers, despite their motive was to teach and mentor, for unexplained reasons, they would tend to yell with students, for example, not getting homework done or arriving late without asking what could be the underlying reason. I would, in my perspective, I would struggle to wake up, and I lived more than an hour away from the city. This kind of unprofessional, aggressive behavior would cause more fear than discipline. It is important to be aware of the consequences of the emotional health of this behavior. If they are unable to understand these consequences, then it would be be considered unfit to ever encounter and interact with children. As to teachers with high qualifications and professional skills in child psychology, the teaching style cannot be changed, but be at least acknowledged awareness that results will occur. When battling homework in the households of children, although homework is a part of our educational system, it's quite a mystery why not one person ever thought of homework's purpose. Most teachers would find a barrier to explain the motivation behind homework and have assumed homework support. Admittedly, it has proven true in most cases, thus being the main reason children have failed to complete their homework. In post-secondary educational setting, personal assistants are not readily available when support is required. Some autistic people progress faster than others, and therefore one may encounter a gap in their knowledge, which is found too late to acknowledge. Sometimes students are unable to learn in a class due to distractions that may be happening. Therefore, it is best to offer different spaces for learning opportunities. Example would be quiet rooms or a one-to-one sessions for reinforcement purposes. But the big question of them all is when this change will happen. My predecessors have been working hard and requesting that standards and boundaries are implemented, and therefore we are letting true potential talent go down the drain. Don't say we make this change in an hour, neither in a minute or a day, not even a week. We have to make this change now. I understand that a lot of work has already been done, but the work must not stop as we are wasting a true golden opportunity for all of us. If we don't make this change, when will it happen? Think about it. If we will do it now, we will witness a magnificent form of potential and opportunities for new generations which are yet to come. Thank you for listening, and hopefully these words will create a new dimension for autism all over the global world.
Tajjeb mela hemmhekk rajna l-ispeech li Nigel għamel ġewwa Switzerland fejn irrappreżenta lil Malta u tkellem fuq is-sistema tal-edukazzjoni u kif tista' aħjar tadatta ruħha għal nies żgħażagħ bl-awtiżmu. Margaret, issa ħandur daqsxejn fuqek jiena u ħanistaqsik għalfejn huwa importanti li jkollna postijiet li jkunu adattati għall-awtiżmu.
Eżatt, ovvjament kif qed ngħidu l-awtiżmu hija kondizzjoni li tista' taffettwak b'mod differenti, però fil-maġġoranza tal-każi niftakar li kont sorpriża meta ntqajt ma' ħafna parents u meta nistaqsihom x'inhi waħda mill-ikbar challenges tkun li pereżempju jmorru ġo supermarket. Xi ħaġa li għalina hija noħduha for granted aħna, xi ħaġa li nagħmluha b'nar ma naħsbu forsi. Però għal-persuna l-awtiżmu jista' jkun dik tkun diffiċli ħafna. Għaliex hemm ħafna sensi għaddejjin, hemm ħafna forsi storbju nies u jista' jkun dik iġġib physical pain, ġifieri l-uġieħ hemmhekk ikun hemm uġieħ once li l-persuna jkollha dawn is-sensi kollha għaddejjin f'daqqa. U mbagħad jista' jwassal għal ansjetà overwhelming. U l-persuna jista' jkun mbagħad issibha diffiċli biex tadatta. Allura, prisons kif ukoll ma' partners oħrajn kemm Maltin u kemm internazzjonali, qed nagħmlu dan il-proġett Autism Friendly Spaces. L-għan tiegħu huwa bażikament jekk taslu kif is-soċjetà tista' tkun aktar aċċessibbli u inklusiva wara kollox. U mhux biss għall-persuni bl-awtiżmu imma jekk ikunu nistgħu nadattaw ċertu spazji pubbliċi u privati, jgħinu lil kulħadd bażikament. Ġifieri kellna diġà xi trials, kellna diġà fejn pereżempju Fwienet għamlu ftit sigħat autism friendly, ġifieri pereżempju għamlu id-dwal aktar dimd, ma kienx hemm mużika jew sounds. U infatti meta morna biex insaqsu n-nies li kienu waqt fil-ħanut dak il-ħin, għaluna li għalihom kienet ukoll esperjenza aħjar. Ġifieri isek permezz li s-soċjetà tadatta biex tkun aktar inklusiva, qiegħda tgħin lil ħafna nies, aktar milli naħsbu xi kultant. U permezz ta' dal-proġett li għandna l-Aġenzija Żgħażagħ on board ukoll u CRPD minn Malta, qed noħolqu jisu quality labels sabiex establishments kemm privati u kemm pubbliċi jistgħu bi ftit tibdiliet żgħar ikunu aktar autism friendly qed insejħulhom. Kif tistgħu timmaġinaw mhix ġast xi ħaġa li tibdel l-ambjent u daqshekk, hija xi ħaġa li kulħadd trid jiġbed l-istess ħabel u li tinkludi wkoll inżidu awareness, jiġifieri qed nagħtu trainings biex kemm jista' jkun ikun hawn aktar awareness. Mhux biss fuq awtiżmu ta' ġifieri meta niltaqa' ma' ċertu nies ninduna kemm xi kultant għadna lura biex nempatizzaw u nkunu hemm mal-oħrajn fl-aħħar mill-aħħar. U permezz ta' tibdiliet żgħar tista' tagħmel il-ħajja ta' ħafna nies ħafna aktar faċli. U dak qisu l-għan li qed nippruvaw nagħmlu f'dan il-proġett.
Tajjeb, proset, ovvjament iktar ma nkomplu forsi anke nadattaw, anke nistgħu anke nibbenefikaw aħna minnha wkoll kif qalet tajjeb Margaret. Nigel, what, in your opinion, what should be done in order to raise more awareness now about autism?
What would be done is the efforts, like the amount of effort and evidence to how much you're willing to go far. So far, there are still cases that the effort is being put in there, but also we have to be careful that autistic people, we don't know what the person could feel or what could say or what could respond. Like, we don't know what could happen. So it's best to keep in mind to raise more autism-friendly awareness, like friendly spaces. It's best, like, you have list down every single small detail. The more added into it, the the better. The better it's been provided.
L-istess mistoqsija għalik, Margaret, fl-opinjoni tiegħek, x'nistgħu nagħmlu iżjed biex inkomplu nqajmu aktar għarfien dwar l-awtiżmu?
Naħseb kważi hija tweġiba bażika. Hija li naraw il-persuna kif inhi. Li l-ewwel il-persuna u mbagħad il-kundizzjoni. Dik naħseb once li nifhmu dik inbidlu ħafna mill-affarijiet li nagħmlu u nbidlu l-mod kif nħarsu lejn in-nies u kif nikkomunikaw man-nies ukoll. Li jkollok aktar għarfien dwar l-awtiżmu tgħinek tifhem aktar kif inti tista' isek toffri aktar support lil persuni bl-awtiżmu. Però l-ewwel qabel kollox aħna kulħadd uman, kulħadd ikun jixtieq li naraw is-sabiħ fih u fejn hemm il-limitazzjonijiet nissapportjaw il-xulxin sabiex dawk jew jonqsu jew inkella nkunu nistgħu we jump the hurdle naqbżu l-ostakli li jkollna fil-ħajja. Bħala parti minn proġett ukoll Prisms flimkien mal-Aġenzija Żgħażagħ sena oħra ħanniedu Youth Center li ħajkun dedikat għaż-żgħażagħ li huma autistic, però mhux biss, ġifieri dan ħajkun jisu bridge bejn forsi żgħażagħ li bħalissa ma tantx hawn fejn imorru għaliex jisibu aktar challenging li jibnu relationships ma' nies u li jkunu parti forsi minn social club. Flimkien ħaniftħu dan il-Youth Center flimkien ma' youth workers sabiex wara ftit xhur nkunu nistgħu nagħtu support lil dawn iż-żgħażagħ sabiex imbagħad imorru f'Youth Centers diġà eżistenti madwar Malta. Ġifieri so ħajkun bridge biex we facilitate the process sabiex il-persuni bl-awtiżmu jagħmlu aktar ħbieb u jkunu aktar parti mill-komunità.
Bidejja sabiħa ħafna ovvjament biex inkomplu noħorġu b'dawn l-ispazji li jinkludu lil kulħadd bażikament. Mela, l-ewwel ovvjament Margaret tkellimtna fuq l-Autism Friendly Spaces u l-Autism Aware. Inti forsi għandek xi tips li tixtieq jew xi idejat li trid tissuġġerixxi lil negozjanti biex jikkreaw iktar spazji li jkunu adattati għal nies bl-awtiżmu speċjalment forsi anke bħalissa li qegħdin magħluqin u forsi huwa il-ħin li jibdew jippreparaw għal din il-bidla.
Ekku, din il-bidla sabiħa. Diġà kkuntattjawna numri ta' ħwienet u servizzi, u dik hija xi ħaġa sabiħa ħafna u tagħtina ħafna kuraġġ. Iżda meta nitkellem ma' nies li jkunu jixtiequ jagħmlu s-servizz tagħhom autism friendly, kważi ikunu sorpriżi kemm huma affarijiet bażiċi. Ġifieri pereżempju li jkun hemm aktar viżwali, li jkun hemm aktar signage li fl-aħħar mill-aħħar ħajjejnu jibbenefikaw il kulħadd. Forsi jekk ikun hemm ħafna mużika tajja din titbaxxa. Jekk ikun hemm ċertu dwal qawwijin, forsi dawn jistgħu jkunu aktar dimmed down. Ġifieri affarijiet bażiċi jistgħu jgħinu lill-persuni kemm li għandhom awtiżmu kif ukoll il-komunità ġenerali. Li tgħin ħafna pereżempju u li ħarġet ħafna miż-żgħażagħ li tkellimna magħhom u pereżempju li jkun hemm qisu mappa gwida jekk inti ħadd tidħol f'post speċjalment ikun xi establishment kbir fejn biex issib xi ħaġa tiddu mid-dur ħafna. Ġifieri u dik kważi tgħin lil kulħadd ta' kalili tgħin. Bħala parti minn dan il-proġett għandna on board magħna ħafna establishments fosthom li kien tal-bidu kien il-Value Supermarket li pprovajna l-Autism Friendly Hour u li għadha għaddejja sal-lum.
Grazzi ħafna u proset tax-xogħol kollu li qegħdin tagħmlu anke inti Nigel flimkien mal-Prisms u grazzi wkoll tal-li aċċettajtu li tiġu fuq Tuesdays biex taqsmu l-esperjenzi u l-ħidma tagħkom magħna. Aħna biex nagħlqu l-programm bħal ma nħobbu nagħmlu b'mod regolari nispiċċaw fuq nota pożittiva u għandna xi frażi li favoriti ta' Margaret u Nigel ħanarawhom.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure about you, around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
This is my favorite quote that I came up with. Be patient and treat us normally. We are equal with different quirks like you.
Tajjeb, grazzi ħafna ta' dawn il-messaġġi u frażi pożittivi. Dawn se nkunu qegħdin nittellawhom minn fuq il-paġna tal-Facebook tan-North Youth Service għada. Grazzi intom ukoll tal-li segwejtuna. Aħna nerġgħu narawkom nhar it-tlieta li ġej fl-erba'. Moħħkom hemm.